right, ready to go here. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Ellie De La Cruz. And that one is popped in the air. Shallow center. Makes the catch. One down. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. Packed house here at Dyken Park. One out, base is empty.
That's a ball.
There's the swing and a miss.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he couldn't hold that team's run up on strikes. 2 outs, base is empty. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
No balls, 1 strike.
Next offering is fouled back. 2 outs, base is empty. Battling here as he fouls it away. Now
1 and 2.
Check swing, but he held up. And that's a strikeout. Back here at Dyken Park. And stepping in for the Astros, James Wood.
I'm so glad Yamamoto made the move to Major League Baseball. He's one of the most decorated pitchers to come out of Japan and finished his Nippon professional baseball career in style.
And strike 2.
Facing elimination and pitching in Game 6 of the Japan series, Yamamoto pitched a complete game with 14 strikeouts and broke the series strikeout record held by Yu Darvish. What a way to go out.
And stepping in is the speedy Jeremy Pena. Late with the swing there.
0-1.
That's a little high. And 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Righty delivers. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Runner on at first with 1 gone. Jose Altuve up next for the Astros. Runner takes off. Pitch is low.
No, he's safe.
And a foul ball.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit. Just not able to square it up.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Cruz running hard to get it. And makes the grab. Runner tags at second. Relay throw to third.
Safe.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Next is the designated.
These fans don't like to see that because they showed up to watch him swing the bat, but this team does not want to let him beat him.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. Pena on third. Alvarez on at first with 2 down. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Strike 2, and there's a real chance
1 ball,
they get
2
out
strikes.
of this without allowing a run. Huge strikeout there. Second inning set to go. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Teoscar Hernandez. Swing and a miss, and he got him to chase.
No balls, 1 strike.
Hernandez, in his 8th season, batting in the cleanup spot, he joined the team as a free agent, and that misses. And now it's even 1-1. And
2 balls, 1 strike.
it's even up.
2-2.
And
3
that's
balls.
down and away.
2 strikes.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Wallner hauls it in for the out. Cal Raleigh steps to the plate for the Dodgers. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. One down, base is empty.
That's a ball.
Swings through that one out in front that
1-2.
time. And they'll do it again. Second inning here, no score. Pop up here, third base side. Paredes under this one. Corrals it. 2 away now. 2 down, base is empty. And now the veteran third baseman, Max Muncy. Fastball is
that's
outside.
away.
Foul ball. Check swing, called strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That
2
missed by a
balls,
lot.
2 strikes.
Now 2-2. Two down, nobody on. And
3-2.
Skips in the dirt.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
That one. Back here in Houston, bottom of the second. Now it's the right fielder, Matt Wallner. Sliced hard but foul. Swing and a high fly ball, deep left field. Hernandez on the move.
No,
Couldn't get to it before it dropped foul. De La Cruz on to first.
You're out.
1 up, 1 down. Next to hit, Yainer Diaz. Makes the catch gliding onto the warning track. Vic Caratini at the plate.
Man, I love that route. The ball was smoked. He knew he had to get back to the track right away. Turned his back on the infield. Got to the spot, turned around, and made a nice catch.
And that squirts through. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock. And you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
2 outs. And a foul ball.
A healthy cut. Tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
Swings through that one.
1-2.
And that ends the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top half of the third inning. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Tommy Edman. That hits the dirt. Ball 1.
1-0.
And that clips the inside corner.
1-1.
Late that time, and it's strike 2.
I would
1
throw
ball,
another
2
breaking
strikes.
ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
2 and 2.
Missing low. Just
3 balls,
off
2
the
strikes.
inside corner, and now it's filled up 3 and 2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today. Here's O'Neal Cruz. Swing and a miss as he was late.
0 and 1.
Here's a deal not everyone remembers. Cruz was actually signed by the Dodgers in 2015, but Los Angeles dealt him to Pittsburgh in 2017 for Tony Watson. That's a rare trade the Dodgers just might regret.
Off the plate inside, and the count is 1 and 2.
That's 3.
Another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And next for L.A., James Outman. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And that's in there for a strike, and quickly 0-2. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Myers grab, and that is that. Back here in Houston, and now James Wood.
Boog, here's a note on Yamamoto. He won 3 straight Sawamura Awards, the Japanese equivalent of the Cy Young Award, and the last 3 Pacific League Most Valuable Player Awards, which is the first MVP three-peat since Ichiro Suzuki.
Here comes the 0-1. Into the outfield, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. And here is Jeremy Pena. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
No ball.
Well, here's a
1
good
strike.
opportunity in this inning to get on the scoreboard after that leadoff hit, and Harper order coming up right behind him. This is
1
where
ball,
they need to
1
get
strike.
going.
Wood gets his lead at first with nobody out. And there's a hit. Relay throw. And he's out
On the tag,
easily.
you're out.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Jose Altuve up to hit here. And fouled off. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0 and 2.
One away with a runner at third. Here in the third and final game of the series. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a splitter. Now it's Yordan Alvarez. He was walked in.
Clearly didn't want to mess with him right there, so I think it makes sense to play the numbers game in this spot.
Here's the third baseman, Isaac Paredes. In the dirt. Nice job behind the plate there. Runners on first and third, 2 away here in the last half of the third. Late on that fastball.
1 and 1.
And it stays fair. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds it third.
Well, that's a big swing of the bat, driving in the run with the 2-bagger. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball.
0 and 1.
Let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
That crosses the plate, and now they're just
balls,
1
2
strike
strikes.
away from getting out of this mess. Outman trying to get to it. He's got it, and that is the inning. And we're back. New inning getting started. Now it's the Dodger leadoff hitter, Elly De La Cruz. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field.
Runner on the move. Pitching for a strike.
You gotta be careful.
Save. De La Cruz gets his first steal of the game. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Base open at first now. And here's the intentional walk. They might be trying to set up the double play with nobody out. Freeman
Strike
swings
one.
through it for strike one.
Well, he's
No
looking
balls,
great so
one
far.
strike.
It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this
0-2.
up.
And
1-2.
ball one. And that's with the swing. It's a strikeout. And now Teoscar Hernandez flied to right his first time.
The dish,
One ball,
looking to look
no
the
strike.
ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
High in the air, out to right. Wallner drops into the glove. 2 down. Next up, the Dodgers catcher, Cal Raleigh. Flied out his first time. And that is out of play. De La Cruz, the lead runner out at second. Otani at first, 2 out of the inning. Fastball for a strike.
Man, I'm pretty
0-2.
impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where
Nope.
pitchers
Ball one.
really got to bear down. Those last 2
One
pitches
ball,
were
2
well
strikes.
executed.
Fastball,
balls,
and
2
it
strikes.
gets out of the way.
That's a ball.
First
Full
and
count.
second, 2 down. Top half of inning number 4. Strike
Strike.
3 went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. Back here at Dyken Park, ready to go, bottom 4. And now the first baseman, Yainer Diaz. Yamamoto back to work. Now
That's the ball. 1-0.
Way
2-0.
high. And there's a foul ball. The 2-1.
Ball
Just
3.
missed.
3-1.
Late on that fastball.
Counts full.
Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. That one
Ball
misses.
4. Take your
So
base.
lead off walk.
No, very close with the location right there. It's just tough to get rewarded on the call with pitches near the top of the strike zone.
That
One
one
ball,
way
no
inside.
strikes.
To the right side. And it's through for a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out. Jake Myers up next for the Astros. He's 0 for 1. Trying to move the runners over. Myers to first on the run.
Yeah!
Got him. Nice play.
We don't see this very often anymore. Runner on first and second, sack bunt down to move him up, but he does a nice job, executes perfectly. We'll see if they can get a couple of runs across.
Wood
Ball.
lays off down low as he digs
1-0.
in for the third time. Second and third, 1 away. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
One ball. One
Ooh,
strike.
Baya. You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Misses
Ball
off
2.
the inside. 2-1. Edmund gets it to first.
You're out.
Runner scores, though. That's a little insurance, and the lead is 2. Now, Jeremy Pena.
Foul, foul, foul.
Bounding ball here, rolls foul. 2 outs.
Oh.
That's a base hit as a run scores.
Good 2 strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost art for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done. He's clearly trying to work him away here. Both pitches off the plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
There he goes.
Swing. Now an appeal to first, and that's going to be ruled a swing.
Oh!
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, he's been in a very giving mood today.
First and second. 2 outs. Here's Yordan Alvarez. And that one fouled off. 2 on, 2 outs.
No, that's a ball. 1-1.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. And they go 3 on the board. It's 6-0. Next to hit, he stops the Raiders. And they're happy to just get off the field after that frame. We go to the top of the 5th, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Max Muncy. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
0-1.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Swings and misses. 1 and 2.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up in that location, very difficult to catch up to, especially with that velocity.
2-2.
Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. Here's a switch hitter, Tommy Edman. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. And first offering is fouled off. They've got a potent lineup. And when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 5th. Next offering upstairs.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
And down on. That's his 9th strikeout so far. And now here is O'Neal Cruz. There's the strike. Cruz goes 6 feet 7 inches, 240 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic.
Oh, this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
That's 3. 4 strikeouts. Back here in Houston, and here is Matt Wallner.
Well, these Astros really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in, so I'd say mission accomplished.
And next to hit for Houston, Yainer Diaz.
Big-time jam right there.
0-1.
I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
Strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Outman flying after this one. Unable to get there, and it's in the gap. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
Hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
Myers at the plate for the
no
third
balls.
time.
1 strike.
He comes up empty there. Next offering is fouled back.
He doubled up on the off speed there. We talk about the power fastball, but he's working a little differently here.
Sends it to first. That ends the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the 6th inning. And now the right fielder, James Outman. Ryan King takes over on the mound.
Compared to some days, this is a pretty low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack the strike zone.
Breaking ball inside.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Rip to right, base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Just a total nightmare for lefties. I'd be very surprised to see that matchup again. Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
That one fouled off. Up and in, and it's 2-1. Fly ball center field. Myers makes the grab, and there's 1 down. So, man aboard. Here's a big power threat. Shohei Ohtani. And a swing and a miss.
Well, strike one is so critical in a bat like this with a real threat at the plate looking to do damage.
Late with the swing there.
0-2.
Pajes leads off first with 1 away. Swings through it. Strikeout. Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And it's fouled away. The Astros up big in this one. And we're in the top half of the 6th. And now it's even up. Check swing, called strike.
Well, this looks like it's going to be a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating when you get the leadoff man on, but you can't get him into strike.
Got him. Strike 3, and that'll retire the side. Back here in Houston, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the Astros leadoff man, James Wood. This one's got a chance. And brings it in at the wall. Jeremy Pena up next for the Astros. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. This one in the air. Brings it in. And there are 2 outs. Here's the former MVP, Jose Altuve. Swing and a pop-up. Foul out of play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. And that's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
He was all over that one. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
Now at the plate, Yordan Alvarez.
That's a ball.
And the count is 1-1. Ripped, but it curls foul. fouled off, and they'll do it again. That was
2
a
balls,
sweeper,
2
but
strikes.
it missed.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where pitchers rather...
Now that's strike 3, and the third. Back here in a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
Or- Liner caught it second.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
And that one fouled off. Yeah, you see some guys into the fashion nowadays and big on the gram, as the kids like to say.
Ball.
Post their fits, right? That's what you say?
Is that what it is?
It's a
Fits?
fit, your outfit, your fit.
Got a little drip around the neck, too.
Yeah,
1 and
believe
2.
it. Scale of 1 to 10, how old do we sound right now?
Really old, like close to Social Security benefits.
Yeah. Got him swinging. Slings
Ow.
to first and 2 away to start the 7th.
He made it look easy, but I can tell you that was not a favorable matchup.
Muncy
Strike
at the plate
1.
with 2 away, swings through that one.
No balls. 1 strike.
Swing and a
Strike
miss,
2.
and that's strike 2.
0 and 2.
Good
Nope.
eye in that
0-1.
spot.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
2 down, nobody on. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And he couldn't hold back. He's running. Set for the last half of the 7th. Now the 3rd. Baseman, Isaac Paredes. Pajes under it. 1 away.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
So next up for Houston, Matt Wallner. That one finds the corner. Strike 1. Just
That's off the
off
corner.
inside edge. Base is empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom of the 7th. This one smoked out to left. Reaching down and makes the grab. And here's the first baseman, Yainer Diaz.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the
0-1.
process. He did everything right there. Nothing to show for it. But in your mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Pajes. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that's the 3rd out. Back here at Dyken Park, ready to begin the 8th. Tommy Edman at the plate. Scott back to work. Towards first. And he handles it himself for the out.
Well, a well-thrown slider like that one can be tough to get in the air. Good downward break on that one.
And now the center fielder, O'Neal Cruz. That's
No,
inside.
that's a ball.
And that's ball 1.
So I can't play around with
1-0.
him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack
Ball.
hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
That's
Strike
in
1.
there. Now 2-1. The Stros up big in this one, and we're in the top of the 8th. And now 2-2.
Instead of letting the
2-2.
hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Line drive, base hit down the line. Around first, digging for 2. Check that. He'll stop at first with a single after putting on the brakes.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game,
Yes.
but right there it did, and he did
No
it
balls.
perfectly.
1 strike.
Pajes swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the 2nd time today. Swinging a foul, pushed off to the right. goes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Ellie De La Cruz digs in now. Hard hit left side. To second.
He's out.
Altuve, third out, and that ends the frame. Ready for the bottom of the 8th. At the plate is the Astros catcher, Victor Caratini. In the air out towards right center. Pajes. Long run into the gap. Hauls it in for the out.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
And first offering is fouled off. One down, base is empty. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2.
No balls. 2 strikes.
Pulls it down, and there are 2 away. And the batter now, James Wood.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds the glove, but you will get some high fives.
Oh, gets dirty. Throw to first. They get the out, and that'll do it. And we're back. All set to start the 9th in this one. Now the number 2 hitter, Shohei Ohtani. That one drilled left field, and it stays fair. Around first, heading for 2. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double. So, man aboard at the plate. Freddie Freeman. Just missed.
1 ball, no strikes.
And he hits a ground ball right side. Altuve. The throw to first. Now 1 gone in the 9th. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. 0 for 3 in this one. And a big swing and a miss.
0-1.
That's the ball. The zone, and that is ball 1. Here's a high chopper. Pena. Slings it across.
He's out.
Now 2 away as they get a run across. So last chance for the Dodgers. Cal Raleigh steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Bounced, and that got the pitcher. And they get the out after the ricochet. And that'll do it. Eric Getty with his Welcome to Houston, Texas, and Daikin Park. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the New York Mets taking on the Houston Astros. Ready to go now? Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate. That's outside.
Ball.
And the home opener is underway.
1-0.
He was late there, strike one.
Well, don't expect too many
1-1.
high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
And he deals. That one fouled off, 2-2. Hit hard on the ground to short. Lindor retired. And now it's Juan Soto.
I thought this was a fun note on Soto. In 2023, he hit home runs in Mexico, Canada, and the U.S. I don't think it matters where Soto
Zero
plays.
balls, one
He's gonna
strike.
hit home runs everywhere he goes.
Valdez. He has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of the tough spot, that is pretty valuable. 2 outs, base is empty. Luis Angel Acuna up now for the Mets. Swings through that one, 0-1.
And you won't see the skipper rush to get somebody up in the bullpen as soon as he starts to see some signs of trouble. This guy's earned a longer leash, and because of that, confidence grows with the players and teammates playing behind him that when things get a little rough out there,
swing and a miss. Bottom of the first. Now the left fielder, James Wood. Swinging a foul straight back. Next one is off the plate. Ball 1.
1-1.
And that's down, a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
still able to come through behind in the count right there. Handled that down and in breaking ball very well. Saw the break.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it's a one-hopper off the wall. Should be extra bases. Wood around third. He scores to tie it up.
Always feels good when you come through and get your team on the board first. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Alvarez makes the catch, and there's one away. Here's Yordan Alvarez. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul. One out and a runner at second here in the third and final game of the series. Next offering is in for a strike. In the dirt, but kept close. Man at second. Into the outfield, base hit. Now a long throw home. He's in there.
He's safe.
Right
there on the tag.
Out. Trying for two. But they do get a run. Slice down the right side. Swings through that one for strike two.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand, looks so good. And then
ball.
By the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
2 out, space is empty. And
2-2. That ball's foul.
2 outs. That misses.
Count is full.
And it's 3-2. Siri pulls it down. That is the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Valdez back to work. Valdez, the lefty who lights up the radar.
0-1.
He features a sinker a curve, a changeup, a slider, and he works in a four-seamer.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
There's another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. And now it's Mark Vientos. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. 1 down, base is empty.
For whatever reasons, this is a hitter that performs better in night games.
No balls,
we'll see what he
2
brings
strikes.
in this one.
Next pitch
That's
is
a ball low.
downstairs.
Hey!
The swing, it's a strikeout. 2 down, base is empty. And now the catcher comes up to him. Francisco Alvarez.
Ah!
Swings and misses. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Just
That's
off
a ball.
the inside edge.
1-1.
That's inside.
Ball.
And the count is even, 2-2. Another one. That's 5. Back here in Houston, now it's the right fielder, Matt Wallner. And first offering is fouled off. Ball 1
That's
there.
a ball.
Singy wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable. Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though.
And now, Yainer Diaz.
That's an F.
Over to Alonso, double play.
As a former player, watching 5-4-3 double plays brings back some adrenaline. It's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
Ripped into left center, base hit. And that extends the inning.
Everything came together for him. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Oh, yeah.
Out in front with the swing, and that is strike
1 ball, 1 strike.
And that's down
No,
and
that
away.
missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
And that one handled. Now the throw to first on the
He's
run. And very nicely done for the out. Back here in Houston, all set for the start of the inning. And here's the veteran outfielder, Brandon Nimmo. Breaks his bat and pops it up. Paredes. And one away at the top of the 3rd. Here's Starling Marte. Hit on the ground to short. Marte retired. 2 outs, base is empty. And the batter now, Jose Siri. That's off
Ball.
the mark, and it's 1-0. That one hit to right. Wallner on the move. And that is that. Back here at Dyken Park as we go to the last of the 3rd. Stepping in, James Wood delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
No balls, 1 strike.
And that one sliced foul. And that's in the
1-2.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
And he chases that one. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. Pena takes
That's
a
a ball.
as he stands in for the 2nd time. Swing and a miss.
1.
And the count even at 1.
1-1.
Marte moves under it. Hauls it in, 2 away. 2 down, bases empty. Jose Altuve up next for the Astros. Popped out in foul ground first time through. And a swing and a miss there.
0-1.
Next offering is in for a strike. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Foul ball, still 0-2. Two down, nobody on. Up the middle, Lindor whips it to first, and they get Altuve for the out. As we go to the top of the 4th, now up to hit Francisco Lindor. Now a screamer into the outfield. Reaching forward and brings it in. Here's Juan Soto.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Another 0-2 count right here.
0-2.
Just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
And a swing and a miss. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. And now it's going to be Luis Angel Acuna. The Mets hitless so far in the game. And that's it for a strike. And it's 0-2. Swings and misses. And we're back. Bottom of the 4th. So here's the Astros cleanup hitter, Yordan Alvarez. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And then
2-1
in the dirt. One up, one down. So digging in, Isaac Paredes. 0 for 1 so far. Alonso. The tag, and
out on the tag.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Makes the catch, inning over. Back here in Houston, here's Pete Alonso. Valdez back to work. Up the middle, Pena. Tosses to first, and that takes care of Alonso. And next for the Mets, Mark Vientos. He struck out swinging at his first at-bat. The big behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
It's 0-1.
These hitters are going to have to find a way to be a little more patient, see more pitches per at-bat. Otherwise, that bullpen's not going to have to work over there, and it's going to be advantage pitching
2 strikes.
all game long.
Got him swinging, and he's up to 8 strikeouts in this one. Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. And he can't come up with it. Still fires to first.
He's out.
And it's a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. And now the first baseman, Yainer Diaz. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Diaz, 26 years old, and he's usually a catcher, but today he's starting at first. Alonso. Here's the tag,
out on
and
the
he's
tag.
out. Vic Caratini at the plate. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
Foul ball there. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. And stepping in for the Astros, Jake Myers. Gets him to chase after that one.
0
2
balls,
down,
1 strike.
opening on. Last half of inning number 5. That one
That missed. That's a
That's
ball.
a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Alvarez to first in time. And the Astros put down in order. Back here in Houston, here's Brandon Nimmo. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. And they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1. Starling Marte up to hit. Swing and a ground ball. Altuve handles it. Tosses to first. 1 away. That ground ball may have him back on track after the homer. And now it's Jose Siri. Flips the corner. Strike 1.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day. And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Francisco Lindor. There's the strike. 2 down, bases empty.
No balls, 1 strike.
Across, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And a swing and a miss. Down on. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the 6th. Here's the left fielder, James Wood. Vientos. Whips it across. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. So up next, Jeremy Pena. And first offering is fouled off. Lindor zips it across.
He's out.
2 up, 2 down.
Good arm side run and sink on that pitch right there. Got inside on him and got him to bounce into that out.
Altuve.
That's
the
a ball.
To hit, takes ball 1.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. Kind of shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
Marte makes the catch, and that'll do it. Back here at Dyken Park, we go to the top of the 7th. So now here's the Mets DH, Juan Soto. And there's a strike.
These hitters have been very aggressive
0-1.
early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at-bats and get some base runners on.
Diaz takes it to the bag. That's the first out in the top of the 7th. Fouled off down the right side.
Trying to keep good speed off the bases.
Looking to get the tying run on base. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Now he turns and heads for second. Not stopping. He's going for 3. Trying to get back
on
to
the tag.
second, but he can't. And stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
0-1.
Late on that fastball. Other thing in this park, I mean, he could sneeze one over the left field wall into those Crawford box seats.
D-Ray!
And we're back. Now it's the DH, Yordan Alvarez. Now that's smacked to right center. That's a base hit. And they have their first base runner since the second inning. Now it's going to be Isaac Paredes. That one touches the zone. 0-1. Runner at first with no outs here.
That's foul.
Acuna number one. Back to first, and that is a double play.
Got what he was looking for on the mound right there, and his infielders took care of business. Pretty textbook execution between short and second to turn that into 2 outs.
Hey!
The batter now as he swings and misses
0-1.
for strike one. So now a pinch hitter, Mauricio Dubon, looking for a 2-out spark with the bases empty. Siri makes the grab, and that'll do it. We're at the top of the 8th, and now Mark Vientos. Valdez back to work. Check swing. He went, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Swings through the fastball up in the zone.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking
0-2.
ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He's having a hard time catching up.
Got him. Now a dozen strikeouts for him in this one. And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. Swings that one for strike one.
So
0 balls, 1 strike.
Tease the strike zone, gets those swings and misses. Somebody's going to have to shorten up, be a little more patient, and make this guy work in the zone a little more.
That's in there. And the count 1-2. And a swing and a miss. That's a baker's dozen strikeouts for him in this game. Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. He's already first pitch swinging.
No, this manager knows that his players are just trying to do too much. Everybody needs to just take a deep breath, relax, and let it naturally happen.
And that one misses up and in. Now 1-2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. Bottom of the 8th. Now here is Yainer Diaz. Brazaban in his 3rd season, 35 years old, and they went out and made a trade for him last season. Siri really on his horse for it. Squeezes it, and there's one down. Victor Caratini up next for the Astros. And that's outside.
Nope, that's outside. Ball.
Hit hard, but foul off to the left. Not even close there. And a count 2-1. Cut on 96 with that fastball.
It might be time to choke up a little bit. Get that front foot down early. Maybe
count is full.
Just spread out. He's really late right now.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. 1 out, base is empty. Cut on and lifted in the air. Marte makes the play. Out number 2. And next to hit for Houston, Jake Myers. Inning over. New inning getting started. And stepping in for New York, Starling Marte. Tap foul to plate. And that one is lifted in the air. Myers sizes this one up, hauls it in, and there's one away. Jose Siri up now for the Mets. 0 for 2 in this one. Trying to bunt his way on. And that's a bunt single. That was placed perfectly. Here's Francisco Lindor. 0 for 3 in this one. That's
a ball.
And a slider missed.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
Swing and a high fly ball. That one out towards left center field. Way back there. Up against the wall and brings it in.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Hit to right, and that ought to do it. He pulls it down.